G'day, it's Mark Bloodworth here, and I've got Darren Bourke here, who's a private or a business coach to private businesses. And Darren and I have been talking the last couple of days, and he's been telling me about replatforming. And I'm really curious. I think this is going to be a really powerful thing for people to be thinking about moving their businesses forward post COVID-19. And I've asked Darren to come along today and have a bit of a chat to us and help enlighten us. What's this replatforming? What do you mean by replatforming, Darren?
Thanks, Mark. Replatforming is a term I've coined, I guess, to describe when there's a crisis like we're facing now. If you think about a hurricane coming through and ripping up all the platform in the society, we've got to basically get back and replatform our businesses post-COVID. So I guess replatforming, I've identified 6 things you need to do. The first one's to establish some timelines. Forget about long-range planning at the moment. I'm talking about short and sharp. So probably the next quarter, the next 1 year, and then maybe the next 2 to 3 years after that. I then say to people, let's map out our scenarios, best case, midpoint, and worst case. I want you to project your forecast, your financial forecast for those 3 timelines. I want you to map out the actions that you would do in the event of those 3 scenarios happening, most likely, midpoint, worst case. I want you to adopt a mindset of understanding that you don't control anything, and you need to be able to adopt a mindset where you have acceptance and you have perspective around what's happening around you. And finally, then you have to have the execution and the loop. So you basically need to implement those actions and create a loop where you review and have a feedback mechanism to make changes as more information presents.
That's a great roadmap, Darren, and just to help people take that very critical, important first step. So there's good information there. What's the one thing you'd really sort of say, okay, this is the one thing that you should do as soon as you hang up from this call?
The one thing I would say would be that you have to understand that we do not control anything. So I want you to think about what actions do I need to do based on all the information I have at hand to propel myself towards my goals. So it's basically letting go of control and asking yourself what real actions, not hollow calorie actions, what real actions I need to do to progress towards the outcomes I seek.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful. Well, thanks very much, Darren, and I look forward to having more chats about this, and we can hopefully dig a bit deeper and unpack exactly what's going to be ahead of people and guide and help people through. Thanks very much, Darren.
Mark, and thanks for taking time to chat.
Pleasure.